It's going. It's going. Where are you going? Don't leave me. Okay, apparently this is now... Apparently it's working.
It is?
Apparently this is now working.
Awesome. But yes, I got a notification that you're live.
Oh, okay,
Amazing.
it does work. We're so sorry. It's actually 2:30 now.
Sorry.
It's actually half an hour after we said we'd start this.
We've been trying
Excellent.
to set up with the camera instead of the webcam, but that didn't work.
You may remember, if you watched Vlogmas, that we tried to do this in Vlogmas.
It didn't work.
Went to the YouTube space, spoke to the YouTube live man. Still can't work it out.
Oh my God, that's a lot of people.
Try again. Oh, wow. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh.
What do we say? Is that how many people?
Someone just said I'm super hot. And she's
Aw.
called Jessie too, so you know she's got good taste.
Cute.
Hello, everyone. So we're going to try and answer some of your... Clara, talk about your hair. This Jessie girl, she knows what she's talking about.
That's coming up in a video soon. Thank you.
Yes, we're going to make a video just about dyeing our hair. Why not? But yes, this actual video is to answer some questions you guys had after the carers video.
Mm-hmm.
And also just carers questions in general. Anything I can help you with. Hi, everyone. Hi, Singapore. Hi, Belgium.
Hi, Australia.
We could be here a while. Oh, New York.
So
Australia.
that's
Malaysia.
a lot of people.
Malaysia.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not going to treat you specially because you're from Malaysia. I might a little bit.
Can we like...
What are you doing?
This is a whole new... Sorry, they recently changed the software and then how it looks in the back end. So I'm just getting used to it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks different for us than it did before.
Yes, it does. So it's new.
Not that we've gone live in like 6 months, so. So you know what we're doing.
Well, first of all, we are at my house. This very modern look.
You may be able to tell from the whiteness and the corners that we're at Clara's house.
Indeed.
My house is rounded and cream.
This one is white and has plants.
But we're here because our ladies are doing some DIY. So we thought, well,
sorry, I thought it was gardening. But...
Oh, well, it's DIY in the garden.
Ah, okay.
So we are taking this moment to answer your questions, which we're actually going to get onto. Hi, Candice. She has a picture of my face next to her name. Does that mean she's a sponsor? I think it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Hi, Candice.
Yeah.
I think you're the first sponsor that I see in the chat.
And she has a picture of my face. Oh, look.
And she's in
picture of my
green.
face.
Amazing.
Yeah, sorry. We're eventually going to get to the point of this.
Yes, I'm Spanish. I'm Spanish. That's where the accent is from. Spain.
What?
They're asking where I'm from.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought that was something to do with the fact we're taking a while. Like, I'm Spanish. What you gonna do?
Anyway, should we start with the questions that were in the comments?
Yes.
Should we go through those quickly? Well, basically, people want to know how to feel more comfortable with your carer and not feeling like you have to say please and thank you and would you mind? And
oh, yeah. We talked about this, actually, didn't we, in the car the other day, saying please and thank you, because I really found that when I first got ill and my parents were looking after me, there came a point where I was just either saying, please, like constantly, because you're having to constantly ask something. Can you please get this? Oh, and then can you please pick that up? And oh, can you please do this? Can you please? And then and because they're helping you so much, it's like, oh, thank you for lifting me up. Thank you for putting me in this chair. Thank you for sitting me down. Thank you for giving me this blanket. Blah 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 blah. And eventually, it does start to make you feel not so happy in yourself, because I always felt like I was on the back foot, like I was a bit lesser, because you're almost feel like you're constantly groveling to people in a way. So I just cut it down. I was like, parents, I'm going to say please once at the start of the day, and then thank you at the end of the day. And anything you do that's unrelated to my disability, just random acts of kindness, of course, those will get a please and thank you. If I ask you to pass the salt across the dinner table, that will have a please and thank you. that I can't constantly be saying please and thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and I think with you, we've got to a thing where if I need something from you, if it's a need, it doesn't come with a please and thank you. It's just, can you get ...
Yeah.
I think can you has an implicit.
Yeah, and
because you could say no.
Honestly, I would find it very annoying if Jessica would be throwing pleases and thank yous constantly. I don't know, like, I know you're thankful and grateful, and
yeah,
you know, sometimes when I'm leaving, like, see you tomorrow, thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Yeah, thank you just the once. I think it would help to have a sit-down chat with your carer or carers, whoever's looking after you, and just say to them, no, I'm incredibly grateful for all the things that you do for me. But I am going to talk to you like I am your boss, because that is what it is, the carer-caree relationship. Mm-hmm. You are their boss. That's the way it works. And your boss doesn't constantly say to you, please, can you do this? Please, can you do this? It's like, get me that report on blah, blah, blah. Do this.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, I'm looking to see if someone says, I know what you mean.
It is what it is. I mean, if she needs a drink, she needs a drink. It's my job to be bringing that drink, isn't it? Like, and you're perfectly pleasant all the time. Like, I don't need... Your carer will be fine, I promise. You'll get used to it. He or she'll get used to it. And at the end of the day, you're just having a glass of water. I don't know. It's really...
Like, I've just had a really bad couple of days with my migraines. As you can tell, my hair is straight today. This is a sign of Jessica's not having a good time at the moment. Her hair is straight. And so I've been having to rely on Clara and on Claudia a lot and being looked after. I think I've still been very polite, haven't I? Even though I can't say this now, I can say something else. Even though I've been feeling horrific and not really able to open my eyes. Don't know that there have been many pleases and thank yous, but I've intended them.
It's okay. We just move location and we work from there. And I don't know. I just really don't worry about pleases and thank yous. Maybe just make sure at the end of the day, before they go, you say thank you and that's it. But it's going to be fine. Like,
someone wants to know if you signed, Clara.
I can sign a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm not confident on a live stream.
It's okay. It's okay. Claudia's the same. She doesn't want to sign.
Because I don't want to do a bad job.
Yeah. And I completely understand. So that's why I don't when I have another person next to me. Because that feels quite exclusive.
I mean, we are on a massive... in the iMac screen, so Jessica can see my lips. She doesn't even need to be...
Oh, sorry, I'm pointing at a question. I didn't mean to stop you. Don't stop.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, no. Basically, Jessica can see my lips right now. Very big and grand in this iMac screen. So,
such an impressive computer.
Even if we are not like face to face, she's seen the lips. But I'll try to throw sometimes as we go along. Excellent. How does someone become a carer? Is it a place you advertise?
Oh, okay. There are places that you can advertise specifically for carers. I know the ones that I know have come through disability-related groups. So there are always charities in every city that deal specifically with finding carers for people. Mm-hmm. They'll have a special notice board where they'll post up jobs for carers, and carers will use these to find things. But I have, on the occasions that I've got carers through them, I've not been that happy with it. Mm. I said this in the video. I found my best carers have been people who wouldn't even have thought of caring as a job. Couldn't have thought of carrying obviously something terrible people. No. So yeah, people for whom caring isn't a profession they necessarily have thought of. Yeah. But it does.
Well, we met very exceptionally.
Yeah, because we were already working together.
But 1 second before this rolled up, this question seemed very important. I don't want to miss it. Very quickly, Georgina's journey. Yes, you can get someone to take you places. Yes. That is something that carers do. When we have the car, I drive Jessica places.
And you can get one-off help if you're going to a medical appointment. So if you need someone to come and pick you up and take you there, that's different. That's a different funding pot, I believe, to if you arrange something daily or weekly.
Yeah. And
funding, it's like a muddle though.
Yeah. And if there's no car, I go with Jessica in the train to all appointments. I'm just there to make sure. She shouldn't travel alone.
It's great fun. I got put in an MRI machine on Friday. It was not great.
Sometimes.
I thought my head was going to explode. It wasn't, obviously. MRIs are perfectly safe. Please go and take them. Okay.
We're reading both from the comments in the chat and from the comments in the video. I'm trying to multitask while reading them.
I really feel like we should have had a third person here, Clara. You could read this. Oh, hi, TJ, who is currently in hospital. Everyone send some love to TJ.
Get well soon.
Oh. Brighton isn't actually that massive, I have to say, Jessie. Who thinks that she's going to bump into me? You probably will soon.
Have we heard of You Now? What's You Now?
I've heard of You Now. I've never used it.
I feel like I should know.
Someone said, we'll be posting this later. Yes, it just posts to the channel and stays there.
Okay.
Which is good. We're just people who are looking at this later and have great fun working out what the hell we're doing.
Let's super quickly explain how we met.
Sarah.
Okay, so being a carer is not what I ever thought, because my background is in media. I have a degree in communication and a master's degree in film management. And as I was studying, I needed an internship in Brighton. And
well, in England.
Well, I needed it in England, but I wanted to move to Brighton because my fiance, Evelina.
You just about to spell her name, and then you were like,
no. My fiance, Evelina, and Jessica have been friends in Brighton for many, many years.
9 years.
So Evelina said, wait a moment, my friend Jessica works at TV.
That's my sign name, by the way.
Yeah, means gold, but Jessica. So she said, Jessica works in, no, not film. Jessica works in TV. She could probably get you an internship as an assistant producer. So basically, when we met and we started working together, that was before being friends.
Right? Yeah, it was before.
So that helped a lot because we met as producer, assistant producer.
Yeah,
and we started working together and we realized we made a great team. And once we both decided to leave that job and work on our own, and that's when Jessica offered me the care position. So that makes a big difference. It's very exceptional.
Yeah, because we already, but also we knew because we hung out together at the weekends then.
Yes.
Because her fiance Evelina was my friend as well. So then we hung out together. We knew that we could work together in the week and do a job, and the weekend just hang.
So it's, yeah.
I'm so sorry. Hang. Who am I? Oh, I'm trying to scroll up. Clara, make it scroll.
Yes. If your carer is your mum, that one.
Okay. So, do you have any advice for someone whose carer is their mum? Sorry, I changed that from mom. We struggle with the boundaries in the relationship because I'm definitely not her boss. I had this. I think this is really common. Most people, if you get sick, ill, young, if you have a disability that starts when you're young, if you're born with it, for instance, you will have your parents at some point probably looking after you, not just your day-to-day carers, and it's a kind of default as well, because the government tends to assume if you live with someone who could look after you, then it's their job. So you get less access to carers from outside of your home or your family if there is someone there who could potentially do the job. Which is really stupid because they don't take into account whether the person can actually do it. Like, my mother has a really bad back. I'm a lot taller than her, as you saw in the video. So she couldn't lift me or do anything physical with me, but yet they assumed that she would be okay doing everything. Anyway, but in terms of having boundaries with her, the difficulty I found was more with my dad. Now, this is going to sound a bit funny because my mother, I guess, is just one of those people who's quite good at switching her brain. So she'd just do things and wouldn't think about it in terms of doing it for her child or doing it for someone outside their home. She would just be doing it like she was a carer herself. She's being helpful. But then the difficulty was with my dad, who I found would infantilize me to make it better to make it easier for him to cope. So if he was pushing me around in my wheelchair, he'd act like he was pushing me around in a buggy. Right. Okay. Because it's so hard for other people to see you in that position and not be upset by it themselves. So I think then the main thing that I found was that I took control of that situation, and I was quite bossy with him. It's like, right, take me over there. We're going to do this. And it was like he couldn't infantilize me because I'm very demanding. He was like, oh, okay, right. And then it became more helpful, if that makes sense. So I'd say with your mother, just you set the boundaries, you tell her what's what, and see how she responds. Hopefully positively. Is that good advice? I really hope that is good advice.
All right.
Go.
Quick question from Cass Avery. No, I did not do carer jobs before. It's definitely a learning curve. And tying it with a question that was before about managing intermittent days. Basically, I think as a carer, or in Jessica's case, because of her condition and such, you just have to be very adaptable. You can't expect to have this very specific routine. Some days we're working from home and that is the living room, that is the bed. Some days it's going to London. Some days it's starting at 10, some days it's starting at 8:30. So we leave close, I walk to work.
Is that question, though, is that more about my changeable condition?
Yeah, well, my point is find a carer that can adapt. If I needed a train and a commute and I have another, because this is my part-time job, but the rest of the time, whatever else I do, freelance or whatever, I'm doing it from Brighton. So
we're never far apart.
Exactly. So find someone that will just be able to.
I mean, I think it is a bit of a special situation, and I did talk about this in my video with going to university and having people come in really at really set times. So it was for 3 hours every morning from this time to this time. That was it. And then, as I was saying, so I could get ill in the evening and no one would come in to me until the next morning, or if I got ill on a Saturday, no one would come in until Monday morning. And that just didn't work for me in terms of my condition because it is very changeable. I needed someone who was very adaptable. So, which you are.
But also, I mean, there is an obvious friendship effect here because it's happened before. It's the weekend, and if Claudia is working and Jessica needs anything, Evelyn and I would go to their house, and that's not even working time, and
just chilling with your friend.
It is true. Like we
have really bad boundaries.
we don't have many of those. So yeah, again, very special.
Yeah, I think that's one of the great things about direct payments, as it is, which again, I'm really sorry, I don't know about the system in America, but it's just the system in England, where you can either get a carer who comes in at an exact time, blah, 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 and they come from the government, you have no choice. Or you can get that, you get the money and then you employ the person yourself. And that does mean that you can be very flexible. If they're a person who their other job is very flexible, like Clara is very, she can move stuff around what she's doing. So I can say, oh, I need you to come in tomorrow at this time. She'll be like, yeah, okay. And then she just moves the rest of her work around my needs.
Yeah, because I can. That's the thing.
I think that's another thing. If you had someone as a carer who was a professional carer, they'd probably be caring for other people as well. So they might not be able to move those people for your needs.
Yeah.
Which is why it's quite good to have someone who does it part-time whilst doing a flexible job.
Yeah. I mean, don't rule out the idea of having a friend, but before doing that, you need to just talk about the conditions before you take the job or anything, because it really helps the fact that this is the government paying me. I wouldn't have accepted the job if it was Jessica's money, because friendship was first.
Yes.
And money is uncomfortable. But
oh, you got it from the English.
Oh, it's just, money is uncomfortable, and I wouldn't want that be an issue. I'd rather all of us just stay friends in our cute little group. But if something ever happened if for whatever reason the funding got cut or, shenanigans, it's never Jessica's fault. It's not my fault. We'll work that out, basically.
I'm seeing a few comments about having boundaries, as we were just talking about, and how we can get together as a group and you're not being my carer in that time. Does that make sense? But you're just being my friend.
Yeah.
And how that works is that I think all of my friends, to a certain degree, look out for me. So if it's, I need a drink, then everyone will be like, oh, I'll just go get it for you. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel like all of us at some point have stepped in for whatever. Some days I'm not around and Evelina has gone to check on you because I was maybe in Spain, or Andrea and Naomi have driven you somewhere. Or,
or it's just even more sort of everyday small things.
Yeah. Where
it's just like, oh, I'll carry this. Mm-hmm. And it isn't even really a thought like, oh, I should carry that for Jessica because she needs it. It's just your friends know what you can and can't do, and then they're there to help fill the gaps. Hello, Sill Species. That's an awesome name.
Sorry, there is so many questions. I'm trying to keep an eye on the corner. Yes, I'm looking at it. Super quickly. We don't have a schedule, I think, because the work changes a lot. But top priorities of being a carer for Jessica, I think, are make sure the pills have gone in, because it doesn't matter how many reminders. The pills don't go in until we remind Jessica a couple of times. But mostly I'm there for the cognitive needs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because of my background in being a producer, I basically do the task of an assistant producer, like schedule Jessica's calendar, Jessica's emails,
help Jessica work out her life.
All types of communication and scheduling and booking appointments, cancelling appointments, all that jazz.
But then at the same time, also doing physical things like you make my food, she'll arrange my food delivery, that kind of stuff. Go and get me drinks.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm eating, taking my pills, sort out my prescriptions. Good stuff.
Make sure Jessica stays alive.
Do the washing. Just keep Jessica ticking over.
And in more fun days, we go to London, we go to the YouTube space, we do collaborations with other YouTubers, because Jessica is not only a YouTuber. Jessica does public speaking and social media consultancy. So,
but the main thing is, I think someone asked me the other day, how do you know when you need a carer? How do you know when you're at that point in life? And I would say it's when you can't do anything outside of looking after your body. So if I didn't have, what?
Sorry,
just saw your face.
Can you get the Clara on Amazon Prime?
Oh my God. Let's bottle you and sell you. We'd make millions.
That's weird. Sorry.
Let's not. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think it's when you feel like you cannot do anything except be an ill person. If all of your time and all of your energy is just going into keeping yourself alive and you're not able to do other things, you're not able to have a job. I completely could not have a job without Clara. I couldn't make any money without you.
No, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. But I would have to spend so much energy in just keeping myself going. I wouldn't be able to make a video. I wouldn't be able to edit. I wouldn't be able to go and do a talk somewhere or something like that. I wouldn't be able to write pieces because I'd just be focused on looking after myself. So on days when I have no one, it's such a slog. And Claudia comes home and finds me and I'm on the floor like, did you manage to do anything today? I ate food.
I am not the carer who has walked in and Jessica and Claudia doing their private thing. No, that's not me. So pleased, so happy with that. That's not me. We're friends. Each couple to its own. No, that wasn't me.
I don't know how I'd react. Like, it was such a weird situation. She just walked in and I think she was really uncomfortable by it. She didn't know what to do. So she just continued like it wasn't happening. And then she sat on the bed and started chatting to the two of us. And we were there like, okay, that's great. Just holding up the blanket. And then it was clear she wasn't going to leave. So I was like, maybe if I get up, she will.
I think I would have just like shut the door and run. But no.
I mean, I think that'd be a slightly more appropriate response.
I mean, the thing is, if I am home, is because Claudia is not home. Like, that's basically...
Oh, you mean if you're in my house?
Yeah. On working hours, it's either Claudia or me that is, caring for Jessica. And on friendly time, when it's all of us hanging out, well, I really hope they don't go off and do anything. And that never happens. Because I don't want to walk in you.
Oh, we're still on that. We're still... Oh, okay. Still there. Thought we'd moved on.
Anyway, another question that I saw before. I am not uncomfortable with the word carer at all, but I introduce myself as PA, personal assistant, because it just, I think, makes people respect Jessica more on a business side.
Yeah, that's true. If you say, this is my carer, people do tend to just kind of belittle you a bit. They'll immediately put you into that position of, oh, that's a person that needs looking after. And they might talk to your carer above your head. That happens to me. So irritating. It's that kind of classic, oh, does she like sugar?
She's there.
I mean, the answer's no, but you could ask me.
But yeah, PA I like because it also means production assistant. So I like
both of her jobs.
But it is like, I mean, I'm not new to the media production side, so
yeah,
I like that.
Your job is like she's a production assistant with extras. Like sometimes she helps me walk to the lake when I can't walk.
Because layers, guys.
What did you say earlier today? It was amazing.
Oh,
I love this. I'm going to put this on a t-shirt. Go.
No, basically, I felt like Jessica was being a bit stereotypical because she said, because I'm going to help cook for tonight's dinner. And her wife and my fiance are just going to be doing some gardening.
Doing some DIY.
And Jessica was like, oh, should we us girls be cooking? And I was like, I can help with the gardening as well. Like, I don't mind. And then it's just really stupid. I said, because I'm layered like an onion. And then I wanted to say I'm tough. And I couldn't think of a tough enough word. So I said tough as a melon.
Layered like an onion, tough like a melon.
So there's that.
What kind of a thing is that? Oh, someone did something rude. That's not nice. Oh, I can't make it
we can blow people.
Okay.
Amazing.
Oh, wow, there you go.
What's for dinner tonight? Nasi lemak. Jessica is cooking. What's for dinner tonight?
Nasi lemak. I'm making nasi lemak for our little gang. I'm very excited. I've not actually done it since I got back into
How much can I lift, carry? I'm very small, but I'm very strong. And I also take...
She's amazing.
I also take kickboxing lessons. You'd be surprised of how much I can lift. If Jessica falls, she'll be picked up.
You don't want to meet Clara in a dark alleyway. She'll come for you. Don't underestimate melons, guys. You're right. Don't underestimate melons.
They can be smashed. Like, it was the first thing that came to mind. It was so stupid.
Okay, next question, Lily.
Sorry.
She likes a list. Where are Walter and Tilly? Walter and Tilly are currently at home, chilling. Well, Tilly is covered in poo, so she's about to go in the bath. That's what she's doing, because someone decided to roll in some horse poo for fun.
Did I have to learn anything? I know. I guess that question
What's
is
the question?
If I had to learn something before becoming a carer.
Oh.
If it's from a medical perspective, I don't. I've just learned what is very important.
Did you Google? Like,
no.
You started working for me. Did you Google my conditions?
No, because we just got to work in TV, and every day you learn something new. Like, I don't know what to. It's a learning process. Like, I've been through so many things at this point.
Yeah.
Like concussions, overdose, passing out.
Was an accidental.
Cold migraines. Withdrawal syndrome, that's happened too. So you just get scared the first time. You do your best. Jessica survives.
and then you take the pills and don't let Jessica do it. Because sometimes she takes too many and sometimes she doesn't take enough.
That was the one time. Since then, I don't let her pop the pills if she's in a bad day. No.
That got taken away from me.
She was fine. She was fine.
Next question.
I
have a disability, but I'm not sure I would qualify for a carer, even though I benefit from one. What sort of things are they looking for in the assessment for if the government will pay for one? It's called a needs assessment. Oh, Clara is going to answer some questions by typing whilst I talk. Very exciting. Let's go. So it's a needs assessment, special needs assessment? No, it's called something else. Damn it, said it in the video. Oh. Anyway, so they come to your house and the questions that they ask are things. It's not necessarily even whether you have a disability, whether you're notified having a disability. So your PIP assessment, personal independence payment, and DLA, disability living allowance, is different. That's separate. That's a separate amount. So even if you've not been diagnosed as having a disability, you can still get a carer. You don't need a diagnosis to get one. It just has to be that your life is so affected by whatever it is, physical or mental. So even it could be that you have really high bad anxiety and you need someone to come with you to places when you go shopping or you go to your work or something like that. So that can be also taken into account. physical or mental or an illness. So it doesn't have to be a lifelong disability. You could be ill right now and someone can come and help you. They come and they do the assessment. They might end up giving you even like a half hour a week, which isn't much, but you could really still use that time and that could still be helpful. It's one of those things you just have to go for it and see if you feel like the amount that they give you isn't enough or isn't the right type of help that you need, then they can reassess that as well. You can put in a, it's not called a second claim. You can appeal. You can appeal for that. Also, I should say it's not just help in terms of people that the government will help you with. It could also be things like having a handrail to get up to your house, putting a handrail in your bath, equipment like a stool to go in your shower, or not mobility, because that's another separate thing. Oh, funds, am I right? Every little tiny thing. Okay, next question. I hope I got that.
Sorry, I had nothing to pitch in on this situation. So
now it just says me saying I am Spanish, my fiance is Swedish.
Sorry, that in the comments is me right now while Jessica explains things I don't know.
I love these love hearts. They're so cute. What is the scariest experience you've ever had caring for Jessica? I think I know the answer to this.
It's it's a concussion, definitely. Because the concussion wasn't a concussion, it was an overdose. But the time in between until we figured it out was scary.
Oh yeah, we had a baby gate for Tilly and I leant over and smacked my head in it. But I still had to do things that day. I was like, I've got to film a video and I've got to do some editing. So I'm definitely going to be okay today. And then to make myself okay, I decided to take a really strong drug called tramadol, which she took 2, knocks you out. And then I took it, but I wasn't sure if I'd taken it. Oh no, I thought if I took 2, it would work better.
Basically, I came in from work in the afternoon and Claudia was leaving. So Claudia told me, oh, Jessica hit her head, keep an eye on her. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But so the problem is she took the pills and she should have just slept it off. But because I was told it was a concussion, I kept keeping her up. Like, no, you can't sleep. Can't let you fall asleep. Concussion.
Just super high.
And Jessica was high as a kite. So I was petrified that she was gonna fall asleep, and then I was just gonna
die.
Like, not die, but like, damn.
Yeah.
So that one was scary, and I think
don't do that.
And I think the most heartbreaking one was she ran out of pills because the pharmacy messed up and she was having the worst withdrawal syndrome and the pills wouldn't be delivered until the day after. So I just grabbed the dogs in the rain and went to the pharmacy, and the 3 of us, me and the 2 dogs, just went in all wet, like, I need the pills now.
I will give you some Spanish flavor. Come for me.
And they gave them to me. But yeah, you were looking really bad. Like,
yeah, it's terrible because one of the pills that I take is a really strong painkiller. It actually works by stopping the pain synapses in your brain from firing. So it dulls a lot of my synapses actually. But when I stopped taking it, oh boy. Yeah, wow. I didn't realize how bad the pain was.
Because you missed 2 or 3 doses at that point. So I was like, no, we're not waiting another day. I don't care what the pharmacy says.
If you've ever seen someone on TV withdrawing from heroin, it's a bit like that. Because you just lie on the bed and you vomit everywhere and you shake and it's hideous.
Oh. Well, my favorite part of the job. Oh.
Hanging out with dogs.
Yeah, having dogs in the office is amazing. That's really good. I don't know. It's just that we are generally friends working together. And I really like that. Yeah. You go, oh, mushy.
Get to work with your friend.
I don't know. I like being the only employee because when I need holiday, I don't have to fight with anyone. I just request them, and we just make sure Jessica's gonna be okay.
I'm just like, sure, darling, whatever.
So I like not having to match my holidays with another employee. That's great stuff.
Are you badass, lol? I
can appreciate pizza very much. I love carbs and cheese, so good stuff.
Okay, tramadol withdrawal is evil. Yes, it is, Danilian. I think I said that right.
But I find another job as a carer. I'm not opposed to it, but I want to stay in the media because I work really hard for my studies. It's not that I wouldn't in the future, but for now, I want to keep going.
You have to find someone else with a media job who was also in need of a carer, I suppose. Yeah. Because we work together in terms of Clara's my carer, but also we work independently together doing media stuff. I guess she gets to do both all day. There isn't a set number of hours and limits on that. You need to find someone exactly like me. Oh, I think that's my name. How did you handle things in Malaysia without Clara? Hi, Claudia. Hello, Claudia. I mean, obviously, whenever Clara is not around, Claudia is around. There isn't really a time that I'm left alone that much.
Yeah, if you're alone for like hours, and only if it's like...
Yeah. I'm okay for about 2.5 hours. That's definitely my limit, I think. And then I get into some kind of trouble. All over, probably. It's quite common.
The funniest thing in your friendship? Well, foreign person with English not being first language, deaf person. The miscommunications are very funny.
Oh.
There you go. Funniest thing. English is not my first language. Oh, yeah. You're deaf. Sometimes we have very...
You deaf.
There you go.
Yeah, often she says something and then it takes us about 5 minutes to work out what the hell's going on. Or we'll have a very long conversation. Hi, Hayley Rose, who can't stay long. We'll have a really long conversation and then we'll get there 10 minutes later and be like, I really don't think we're talking about the same thing.
It's fine. We get there. I just repeat. I sign what I can. And mostly I type a lot.
That's really useful.
We are in the same room and we are on chat. It's just so easy.
I don't have time to try and explain to you right now, Jessica. Just look at the screen.
I am not taking sign language classes. I look at the tutorials. I remember what Jessica signs. I look, I pay attention. I don't know. I'm trying.
It's slow.
I can sign more than this, but I'm shy. Shy. See?
Also, that's better.
That's better.
Which is also true. You can sign.
It's okay. That's why we have an actual sign language interpreter. That's when Ruthann comes in.
Jessica, are you going to learn any ASL for VidCon? I hadn't thought about that, but now I feel like I should. Well, let's do that. Will you have a BSL interpreter for VidCon? Yes, I will.
We're bringing Ruthann with.
She comes everywhere.
I
was wondering why Jessica looks so different. It's the straight hair. Yeah, anyone who is who's just joined us, I have straight hair today because I've been having a really bad few days, and I just can't do my hair if I'm having bad days.
By the way, we are bringing Jessica's sign language interpreter because she wants to, and Ruthann is available. But VidCon have been nice and accommodating. Oh, and they offered to look for someone.
Yeah, VidCon were amazing. It's just finding a BSL interpreter in America is really hard. Actually, not even BSL, because I don't do BSL, I do SSE. So finding someone who does sign supported English in America is really hard.
So since Ruthann is available and she is a
Also, she has family in America.
Yeah, she's got family in America, and she is such a...
It seems like she's coming for us. She's not. She's going to visit her family.
But
it's
yes,
just a happy accident.
Answering the BRIGHTON question, all of us are going to LA. Obviously, us and Evelina and Claudia. It's going to be amazing. And friends.
The dogs aren't going.
No, the dogs have to stay behind. But yeah.
Sorry, it's Spanish.
Yeah. I think our fiance and wife are on their way.
Wait. Jessica, would you consider creating a good user-friendly app for learning BSL instead of just a BSL dictionary app or SSE, I suppose? I would so love to do that. I would love to have an app where you could, someone tell me if this is actually a thing, and I've just been imagining it for months and it's already here. I would love to make an app where you would go on it every day and it would just teach you a little bit, like most of the language learning apps. You learn a phrase, or you learn how to put things together. You learn a bit about the grammar of your country, whatever it is, rather than just words. Which was my biggest problem learning sign language, was just that it was separate words. Nothing was ever connected. Partly why I speak SSE and not BSL. BSL. Sign language names. Sign language names are actually generally ascribed to you by a deaf person or deaf community. I wear a lot of sparkly stuff, so. Anything else? Any more questions?
Yeah, hi Molly. I know Molly. Do I remain impartial? When
do you ever find it difficult as Jessica's friend when you see her on bad days but have to remain impartial as her carer?
What is difficult is that Jessica is so stubborn. It takes forever to make her stop working. So it's just, I have to put my foot down and be like, bed. So it's hard, but it's mostly out of, it's because of your personality. I don't have a problem with giving orders if I have to.
My father is the same. I think we're both just workaholics. I always feel like I should be doing something. I think I've really been struggling in the last few days because I've been too ill to do anything, really. Like, awful migraine, could not get out of bed, couldn't think. And I couldn't Instagram. I was like, I can't Instagram. The drama. Yes, small problems.
Sorry, there's so many comments.
Okay. No. Have you had moments of homophobia?
Not in Brighton,
to carers, but we do live in a gay bubble.
We do.
We live in a rainbow-coloured bubble. Brighton, if you don't know, is on the south coast of England. It's known as the gay capital of the UK for many reasons. It has a very high percentage of gay people, and everything here is gay-friendly. Absolutely everything. We have a really big pride parade here every year. People come from across the country and from different countries to come and celebrate rainbows. So, yes. It's noticeable, though, when you leave Brighton, I think. Do you find
Yeah.
We're just going to take this in a gay way now, rather than just good.
Well.
Oh, my God. We've just been talking for an hour now.
Yeah.
Can we talk about gayness just before we go?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Your experiences of gayness.
There was a quick question before about mental health. Really quickly. So Jessica, it's okay there. So that's amazing.
What? Oh, my mental health? Yeah, I'm just a weirdly chirpy person, I suppose.
Many people have asked, why are we not making a video about it?
I would really like to make a video about mental health, but I don't feel like I can do that by myself. I feel like I don't have the right to, because I have such good mental health to then say, like, people can have mental health problems. It doesn't feel right. So I want to find the right... Oh, guys, I've got something for you to do, okay? I need to find the right YouTuber to pair with to make a video about disabilities in terms of mental and physical, because I really want to talk more about mental health issues. I need someone who has more experience in that field than I do. I don't want to talk over anyone else. because it's not my place to. So on Twitter, please go to my Twitter. It's at JessicaOOTC. That's out of the closet. Didn't know. And just tell me on Twitter who you think I should do a collab with.
Clearly, Molly Berg is winning here. Yeah, we can try, but isn't she in the US? Molly?
Well, we are going to the US.
Yeah.
Especially anyone
why
going to
not?
VidCon.
She's amazing.
Either an English YouTuber or a YouTuber going to VidCon would be excellent. Thank you. Please.
Do you know if we are able to go back to the questions and answer them later or another day?
Do these things stay? That is a different question.
I don't know if the questions stay, but if they do, we can try to get to them eventually, but we probably have to go soon. Any last questions?
Rainbow is my favorite color. Rainbow is the only color. You win best comment. Can I make you win best comment? Oh, I can't. No. I wanted to give you something, Simran. I can't. I don't know how this works. Done. We'll get better at this.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Thanks to everyone who's talking to me in Spanish, by the way. I'm acknowledging you. It just gets hard to get to everyone.
Oh, okay. I think we should just say, yes, man, you do that.
What do you think about bisexuals? What is there to think? Go you. Amazing. Great. Happy.
All people are awesome.
Yeah, I mean
that's not true. Some people aren't awesome. Some people crush other people, and that's not fair. But that's neither here nor there. Okay.
Yeah,
right, should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
I think you've realised by now we could talk about ours, but we shouldn't because our ladies want us.
Elizabeth is bisexual and she loves it. Amazing. I just don't understand the question. What were we supposed to? What kind of opinion were we supposed to have? Go you. I don't know.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was lovely to hang out with all of you as well.
I really enjoyed this.
I hope I haven't said anything that I shouldn't have said. But
Clara was so nervous. If you follow Clara on Twitter, you'll see that this morning she was like, oh my God, it's terrible. I'm so scared.
Because when we can edit the video, then it's like, well, I haven't sworn at all in the last hour.
And I'm very pleased with you. Clara swears like a sailor.
I do.
I don't allow that.
Sorry, I'm reading really quickly for a last minute question.
Okay. It is Sunday. People have places to be. We have
places to be. We are cooking for 8.
Yes.
Nice.
True.
So
right. We love you all. Thank you for hanging out with us. This is awesome. We should do this more often.
Yeah, this was more
really enjoyed this.
This was easier than I thought it would be, so I'm happy to come back.
Oh, it's going to be all right.
I'm happy to come back for the questions
again.
Yeah, for the questions that were answered, also including more mental health.
We will also try and get back to you guys who have left us many questions.
Yeah.
Which are a lot of things. Oh, thank you for streaming on my birthday. Happy birthday to you, David. Happy birthday. Hi. Okay, no, why am I saying hi? I'm supposed to be saying goodbye. I'm going with this. Right, this video will be up on the channel, so you can go back and watch it, catch up on anything you have missed. I'm also going to be doing a live Q&A soon, which will just be me, probably. I don't know, you can come along now, you're no longer scared. But it will be answering lots of questions, whatever question you might have. So this was supposed to be specifically carers, but it got a bit gay at the end. But
as always.
Everything. So that would be quite a general.
Yes. And we'll be talking about hair soon. That video is happening. Thanks, everyone. I really like my hair as well. Everything will be explained.
She's an impressive lady.
Oh, so are you.
Oh.
No, we don't speak French. Huh? Sorry, someone keeps asking if we speak French. No, from all the languages I can speak and all the ones I'm like trying to learn. No, French is not one.
French is love language. Also, Claudia and I made a video where we attempted to speak French. It was horrific. I think you may remember.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say goodbye to these wonderful people. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Hanging out, and thanks to all my friends who are clearly trying to troll me. All of you. I acknowledge your presence. Thank you for coming with your fancies. I really appreciate it.
Please come back and troll Clara some more. Don't do that.
That's fine.
Okay, let's actually end this video. Goodbye, everyone.
Adios.
Mwah.